Yo, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to Fresh Review. If you are new to the channel, we review TV shows, WWE premium live events, sporting events, movies, and much more. Today we will be reviewing our first movie on this channel, and that is Inside Out 2. If you would like for me to review the original Inside Out, another movie that is currently in theaters, or a movie that is available on streaming services, please subscribe and leave a comment saying which. Now, I'm aware some of you guys are watching this video because you have not seen the movie, yet at least, and want to know if the movie is worth watching. The rest of you watching this video have seen the movie and want to know what I think about it. I will separate this video into a non-spoiler section and a spoiler section. Make sure to read the timestamps down below so you know you're in the correct section. Of course, we will start with the spoiler-free section of this movie first. Let's start by answering the questions you have in mind. Question 1. Is it as good as the original? My answer to that is, why do we always have to compare and contrast everything? Why can't we just enjoy things for what they are? But to answer that original question, no. The original is better in my opinion. Question 2. Do you have to see the first one to watch this one? Not necessarily. I would recommend watching the first one because the first one is a great movie. Plus, there are some connections and references to the first movie. However, there isn't anything major enough where you would become lost or confused watching this movie if you did not see the first one. Question 3. Is it worth watching? My answer to that is, it depends. If you frequently go to the theaters, this movie would be better than a lot of movies you have seen this year. If you have not gone to the movies in over a year, this is not the movie that should have you return. I think this is a good movie, or a really good movie you could say, but it's not a must-watch movie. Personally, I liked it. I liked it a lot, but I didn't love it. I did not hate anything about it though. I think if you did go watch it, you probably would like it a lot too, but it definitely won't be your favorite movie ever or anything like that. As I said before, I really do think this is a good movie. Sequels are tough though, especially a sequel to a movie with an original idea and concept like Inside Out. The dilemma with sequels is that the sequel steers too far away from the original. It is at risk of losing what made it so successful in the first place. If the sequel is too similar to the original, it is unlikely to be better than the original because the sequel will look like a clone. I'm sure you have heard the saying, often imitate it, never duplicate it. I think this movie found the perfect middle ground of being its own standalone movie and an extension of the original. In this movie, we have our returning cast of characters and group of emotions, plus we are introduced to a new group of emotions and some new characters. This movie made me laugh from start to finish. There are some reoccurring jokes that are funny the first couple of times, but not so funny by the fourth or fifth time. But that is small potatoes because the best part of this movie is the relatability. I watched this on opening night and sat by a mother and she had like 6 or 8 kids with her. The mom and I are laughing at the jokes more than the kids because this movie can connect with adult audiences too. So this is not just a child movie. There are some not adult jokes as in dirty minded, rated R or anything like that. But this movie will make you reminisce on your childhood. And the original did that really well too. But I think this movie does that even better than the original. And if you are new to the channel, when I review movies and TV shows, I look at 10 elements. Each element is worth 10 points. Then I calculate that score and give a grade. You can look at the description for the elements and the grading tiers. I do have 2 videos that thoroughly discuss the 10 elements in the grading rubric in greater detail. I will have those linked below as well. Inside Out 2, I am grading and giving a score of 77 out of 100 for me. I could see it ranging anywhere between a good 73 and a great 81. So that is my spoiler-free section. That concludes that part. So, to the people that have not watched the movie yet, thank you for watching this video. Leave a like if you liked the video. Leave a comment if you have any feedback. And subscribe if you want to see my next review. You can click off the video now because we are going into the spoiler section. Now for the spoiler section. We're going to start with the story. The story is composed of the plot and the themes. Essentially, Riley just turned 13 and she's going through puberty. Now we are introduced to new emotions. These new emotions are embarrassment, anxiety, envy, ennui, and nostalgia. These new emotions take over Riley's headquarters and kick out Riley's previous emotions. Riley's previous version of herself is also tossed aside for this new version of herself, and result, Riley has an identity crisis. That is the plot summary that I typed up myself. Now this culminates at the end of the movie when the original emotions return back to headquarters. Riley's old sense of self and new sense of self combine to form something new. That is when the overarching theme is revealed. Sometimes Riley can be selfish, other times Riley can be selfless. Sometimes Riley may want to fit in, other times Riley may want to stand out. Sometimes Riley may be a good friend, sometimes she may be a bad friend. It is all these imperfections that make Riley who she is. That is a great thing because it is universal. All these imperfections make each of us unique and human. So that is something the audience can relate to and connect with. That's a great thing. So for the two story elements, I'm scoring the plot a 7 out of 10. Although it was simple, it was still good and effective. And for the theme, I'm scoring it a 9 out of 10. I thought the thing was truly great. The story elements total 16 out of 20 points. Now we go over to the characters. That would be our next element. Joy is the protagonist for this movie once again. Her character development from the original transfers over to the sequel. She continues to allow Riley to experience the other emotions, sadness, anger, disgust, fear. At the halfway point of the movie, she has a mental breakdown. This was awesome to see. This added depth to her character by showing that she is not perfect. On the other hand is the antagonist, Anxiety. Anxiety is the mastermind that plans every move out in advance. At the end of the movie, Anxiety is defeated after having an anxiety attack. Anxiety was a parallel to Joy in the original movie. They both heavily controlled the headquarters and were the centerpiece of Riley's sense of identity. At the end, Anxiety learns that Riley needs all of her emotions to be the best version of herself. Now, for the side characters, we have the returning cast of emotions, plus embarrassment, ennui, envy, and nostalgia. Anger has a great moment here when he shows his soft and vulnerable side, when he uplifts Joy, when Joy was having her mental breakdown. That added depth to Anger's character. Nostalgia made me laugh every time she appeared. And last but not least, we have Riley's video game crush and Pouchy. They had the entire theater laughing. Those side characters stole the show every time they were on the screen. Of course, there were side characters outside of Riley headquarters and stuff like that, but I don't want to spend too much time talking about them. I thought they all were solid though, no complaints. Let me know who your guys' favorite side character was, or your guys' favorite new emotion. I didn't really care too much for ennui, but embarrassment and envy I thought were really cool. And one of the best things about this is I feel like these new emotions they added make perfect sense as puberty emotions. I'm not sure about you guys personally, but I really didn't have anxiety or a sense of embarrassment when I was a kid or anything like that because I feel like you're too naive as a kid to understand all that stuff, right? So like I was really good at public speaking when I was a kid. I'm solid now at it as well. But like as a kid, I'd go up there and I wouldn't even think about it. I get like butterflies a little bit, but then once I start going now, I'm good to go. But as a kid, it's like you don't even perceptualize what's going on or anything like that. I like how these emotions are like the perfect ones you would add, in my opinion. Now let's give out the grades. So for the protagonist and antagonist, I'm scoring that at 8 out of 10. I thought Joy was amazing yet again. I thought Envy was just above average. I'm scoring the side characters at 8 out of 10 as well. I thought most of them were great for the most part. Next is the text elements. These elements are the writing and the acting, or in this case, the voice acting. I thought the writing and dialogue were good. Was good, I should say. I loved the jokes, but aside from that, in the ending, I'm not recalling many lines that make me think, wow, that is profound or revolutionary. Not remembering any quotable lines either. If there are any lines that you think are quotable aside from the ending and the jokes, let me know in the comment section. I'm really drawing a blank on those. I thought the voice acting, on the other hand, was great. The cadence and tone of an actor or actress's voice can make a big difference on if the joke connects with the audience or if it misses. Or if you're going for an emotional moment, their voice can really be that turning point, that deciding factor. And these voice actors and actresses did a truly great job in that aspect. They brought the characters to life and made them sound real and relatable. I'm scoring the text, the writing, and the dialogue a 7 out of 10, and the voice acting a 9 out of 10. That also equates to 16 out of 20 points for that group of elements. Next are the enhancing elements. These elements aren't essential to the story, but they can make them look and sound better or worse. Starting with the visuals. The visuals for this were spectacular. I just love the way Pixar animates movies. My favorite scene from a visual aspect was when they did a zoom in on Riley's skates while she was skating. That was awesome. You could see the shards of ice fly up. Great attention to detail. Also loved how they did the PS2 graphics for the video game character and the Blues Clues graphics for Pouchy and the other characters. I don't remember his name, but when they broke out of jail, that was awesome. Next is the soundtrack. Honestly, I was not that impressed with the soundtrack. They used the track with the piano from the original in the opening of the movie and during the climax. I liked it more in the first one. I didn't mind it for the intro, but I would have preferred if they made a new theme to play during the climax. However, maybe it was better that they didn't make a new theme because I didn't enjoy any of the new things in this movie. I forgot when exactly, but somewhere in the middle of the movie, the music was playing at a time I found odd. Overall, though, I'm giving the visuals a 10 out of 10, and I'm giving the soundtrack an average score of 5 out of 10. The enhancing elements totaled to 15 out of 20. Lastly, we have the longevity elements. These determine how long a movie will be remembered or discussed for. The first element is the memorability and the rewatchability. I would not mind rewatching this movie, but I wouldn't pay to rewatch it again. There are some moments that I could rewatch right now or 10 years from now and will still find them funny or great. While some movies get better or worse over an extended period of time, I think this movie will maintain its quality and be a good movie, even 10 plus years from now. Now we have the emotional investment. Unfortunately, this movie did not make me shed a tear or even come close to it. However, it did make me laugh and reflect on some of my own memories and past experiences. I'm scoring both of these longevity elements a good 7 out of 10 score. That totals to 14 out of 20 for that category. If you add up all those points over those 10 elements, you will get a grade of 77 out of 100. That puts the movie in the really good tier. I can see it ranging anywhere between 73 to 81 out of 100. The reason I do the range is because sometimes I think a score in an element or a category could go up or down a point. If you don't have Inside Out 2 in the range of a 73 or 81, let me know in the comment section down below. Perhaps I overrated it or underrated it. This is just my opinion at the end of the day, but I am curious to know what you scored the movie if you have watched it. And that will conclude this video. So you made it this far, thanks for watching. I greatly appreciate you. If you liked the video, like the video. Leave a comment and I will respond, and subscribe if you are interested in future content. My next planned video is an NBA playoffs review.